everyone, welcome back to another jam-packed edition of ScoreCentre. Coming up, of course, we have the AFL tips, we have the eBay top 10 Aussie and international cards. There are some absolute blinders on this week, including quite a lot of 1963 Scanlens, the originals, not the TeamCoach versions. We also have the highlights and NAB Rising Stars to crack open. Can we get another number one? Surely not. We've got the, well, speaking of the number one, we have the hits of the week, and boy, there were a couple of huge hits in the last 7 days. And of course, we'll be cracking open some TeamCoach, some Footy Stars, some NRL traders, see if we can get any more big hits this week. But first, the AFL tips. Okay, tipping time now. Let's see how I did for round 7. I got 6 correct, which seems to be a bit of a repeating theme for me. We kicked things off with a loss. I went for the Saints and Port got the win there. We got Brisbane correct. The Giants by 1 point against the Swans. We got that wrong. The Giants seem to be having these wins every few weeks now, which is most annoying if you've not tipped for them. We managed to get the Bulldogs correct. I really thought I was going to get Hawthorn wrong since I've gone for them 2 weeks in a row and got losses. So unfortunately for Hawks fans, it's your 3rd straight loss that I'm aware of. But yeah, we got that correct. Melbourne had a huge win over North Melbourne. Carlton had a huge win over the Eagles. And the Cats had a comfortable win. Not a huge win, but a comfortable win over the Bombers. We got all of those correct. We got Richmond wrong. The Suns won there. Well done, Suns. Did I don't know. Did I remember wanting to maybe think about going for the Suns? Anyway, that's all gone. And then the final game of the round, 1 point. Very happy about that. The Pies. Oh man, so good. Okay, let's go to round 8 now and see what we have coming up for us on Friday night at Marvel. We have the Blues taking on the Lions. Oh, this is a mouth-watering game. It's 4th v 6th. I think Carlton will go for the Blues. How can I not go for the Blues after getting Charlie Curnow? Let's go for 9 points. How many goals he kicked? Well, it's all making sense. We have Saturday Arvo. We've got Richmond taking on the Eagles. If Richmond don't win this, I have to win that. We've got Geelong taking on Adelaide. Look, it's down in Geelong. We'll go for the Cats, but Adelaide they've been scuppering some people's joy, but not the Pies. We've got Gold Coast taking on Melbourne. Look, we'll go for the D's there. And we've got the Giants taking on the Bulldogs. And I think the Giants are going to pull off another win there. They've been doing pretty well. Definitely been doing pretty well. We've got Freo taking on the Hawks at Optus. Ooh, do I want to go for a Hawks upset? I don't know. We might come back to that. Oh, I don't know. Don't like it when I'm spicy. It's a bit terrifying for my tips. Sunday Arvo, we've got Port taking on Essendon. We'll go for Port. It's in Adelaide. Going for the Pies over the Swans. And well, the Swans, haven't they had it 2 weeks? Didn't they have that massive shellacking by Geelong and then they lose by 1 point? Ouch. We've got North taking on Saints. We'll go for the St Kilda Saints there. Where are they on the ladder? Oh, Hawks are pretty low, aren't they? They're on the 17th. Although Fremantle aren't too much better. Oh, why do I always want to go for the Hawks? We'll go for the Dockers. So those are my tips for round 8. We have Carlton by 9. We've got the Richmond, the Geelong, the Melbourne, the Giants, the Dockers, the Power, the Pies, and the Saints. Let's now have a look at our tipping comp and see how y'all are doing. Let's go here. So for round 7, we have, I think the numbers have always been there, but they go a bit haywire when you do it by round 7. Okay, that's why I'm just all a bit. Okay, so we have Sam R, Bob McBobbers in top spot with 7 tips correct. Congrats, Sam. And your margin was 0, so you got it perfect. Fantastic stuff. We also had with 7, we had Alex with Kanga's Boy 24, a margin of 12 there, and Jamie M, Unknown P, also on 7 tips with a margin of 25. We then had heaps of people on 6. There's a lot of people. Wow, that's almost everybody. I can't read you all out, but congrats. Oh look, there I am. I was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was in 6th place. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's do total and see. Well, I've got Josh C still in 1st spot on 43 with a margin of 228. We've got Mason in 2nd spot on 42. We also have Jesse on 42 as well. Those margins are very close, so those are super important. We've got Riley in 4th spot, Spencer Essendon Slays in 5th, Shannon Team Wiggles in 6th, Samar in 7th spot, Trudy Forever Proud 8th. We've got Brownie in 9th spot, and Izzy Swannies in 10th, and then everybody else is there. That is the tipping for this week. Okay everyone, it's the eBay Top 10 for Monday, April 24 to Sunday, April 30. We kick things off with the Aussie cards, and in 10th spot for 700, we've got the Josh Gibcus Platinum Draft Pick Signature from Optimum 2022. That's card number 31 of 40. In equal 8th spot for 750, we have the awesome Nick Dacos in the Platinum Blue Supremacy Rookie card from 2022. That's card number 3 of 75. And also selling for 750, we've got the Donald Bradman 1938 Allen's Confectionery card. That's a CGA 64. And I love this. At the first sign of a cold, take Ellen's Irish Moss Gum Tubes. You can feel them doing you good. Fantastic stuff. In 7th spot for 775, we've got the first of a few 1963 Scanlens on the list. We've got Hayden Bunton Jr., mainly playing at Norwood and Swan Districts. That's the back of his card. Son of Australia's best remembered Australian rules player, young Hayden has gone a long way towards emulating his father's feat of winning football fame in every rules state. Definitely a big name in South Australian and Western Australian football. In 6th spot for 839, we've got Verdon Howe from St Kilda, his 1963 Scanlens card. Of course, from Tasmania, so appropriate that we have his card this week with the big announcement for Tasmania. About time. Fantastic stuff. Of course, Verdon was one of the players from the Saints 66 premiership, which of course hadn't happened when this card came out in 1963. Then in 5th spot for 983, we've got more Nick Dacos here. We've got the gold Brownlow Predictor from, of course, this year's Footy Stars. That is number 171 of 260. In 4th spot for 1099, we go from a young Magpie to a legend magpie of the relatively modern game. We've got the Nathan Buckley, Footy's Finest Black. These were the surprise card out of 2022 Optimum. Of course, there's the white version, which they announced, but we had no idea they were planning on a black version, numbered only to 30. That was number 25 of 30 for the Bucks. And big bucks they did bring in. But in third spot for 1,200, we've got the Christian Petrarca franchise future signature from the first rendition of Supremacy back in 2019. That's card number 19 of 70. A lot of chatter about whether Supremacy will happen again this year, or whether Select might go ahead with a different, equally high level product, but under a different name. Who knows? We had Supremacy in 2019 and 2021, so if it continues every 2 years, we should see it, but there hasn't been any spoilers so far. We haven't seen any candid shots of players signing stuff that looks Supremacy-like, so watch this space. Definitely interesting times ahead to see what is awaiting us. And in equal first, we have not one, but two Lens. No, not that Len. This is Len Thompson, Collingwood 300 game signature from Select Supremacies to 2007. I don't know why those dates are so hard for me to pronounce. But yeah, Len Thompson, Collingwood legend, 300 game card. That is 1 of 50, not card 1 of 50, it's 1 of 50, if that makes sense. It's not card number 1. They're just all 1 of 50. You know what I mean. And then in also equal first for 1,450, we have our other Len. This time we've got Len Fitzgerald. His Scanlens 1963, playing for Sturt. He's in his Sturt Guernsey there. Also playing for Collingwood originally. He played, I think, almost 100 games for Collingwood, but definitely getting his biggest success in the Sandful with Sturt. I don't think he ever won a premiership, but he did win the Margree medal 3 times. So that is fantastic stuff. He did coach and play as well in Benalla, I think, along there, but huge football figure there of the 60s, the mid to late 50s and 60s. And that's the Aussie top 10. What an interesting mixed bag we had this week. Then we turn to our international cards that sold for the same time period on eBay Australia. And in 10th spot for 1,265, we've got the Jordan Refractor out of Topps Finest, 1995-96. And that is a PSA 8 on that very 90s looking card. In 9th spot for 1,300, we've got a Luca redemption card for a veteran cracked ice ticket out of Contenders Playoff 22-23. In 8th spot for 1,775, we've got a Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja Morant Memphis Dual Auto out of Panini Immaculate 21-22. That is a 18 of 25. Let me put my glasses back on. In 7th spot for 1,824, we've got a Steph Curry in the Zone autograph out of Spectra 21-22. I really like the in the Zone autos. That looks very nice. And nice to see it on card autos as well. You don't often see them from Panini, but that is a 32 out of 49. For that card. Then in 6th spot for 1,950, I think this is our first swimmer we've ever had on the list. We've got Michael Phelps, of course, legendary in the modern Olympics, winning so many gold medals. That is his framed mini auto out of Topps Allen and Ginter 2016, and that is a Beckett graded 9. And that is the back of that. And in 5th spot for 2,500, we've got more Steph Curry. We've got his Legacies auto out of Panini Court Kings 2019-20. That is on card as well, which is awesome. That's a Beckett 9 as well. I do like Court Kings. They have some really, really cool designs. That is number 9 out of just 10. In 4th spot for $3,000, we have our one and only American football card on this week's list. We've got Brock Purdy from the 49ers. That is his rookie ticket auto from Contenders Optic 2022. And that is numbered 1 of just 13. In 3rd spot for $3,499, we've got a Shadon Sharp rated rookie auto black gold choice out of Panini Donruss 22-23, and that is a PSA 10. In 2nd spot for $4,500, we have a Kobe Treasured Ink auto, which came from Panini Excalibur, which I have to say is a product I have never heard of before. But very interesting idea. It looks sort of very medieval, which sort of makes sense. Well, I don't know if Excalibur is medieval, but you know what I mean. I'm not an expert on that stuff, but I like the vibe of the card. I also noticed that there is a spelling mistake, if you are keen-eyed. But yeah, that came out 2015-16, and that is a PSA 10. I definitely wouldn't get a PSA 10 on my spelling there. And in 1st spot for $4,999, we have Shaq on the list. In 1st spot, we've got his Logo Man autograph out of Eminence 21-22. That is 7 out of 10 for that on-card auto with that fine silver relic in the card with that 75th anniversary logo there. That is the eBay top 10 for this week. Okay, time now for the highlights and rising star cards. Of course, last week was a very, very exciting segment. Let's see. I have no expectations at all for today, but let's enjoy some awesome cards of the highlight and now rising star variety. Okay, so we have skipped a week. I had a parcel which I thought was round 4 coming, but this has arrived before round 4. We've got round 5. Harry Himmelberg, you just want to star again and appear a week early. So we have skipped week 4. I haven't got round 4, but we evidently have round 5 here. So we have, of course, Harry Himmelberg taking that astonishing mark, then kicking the goal, and then stopping, I think it was Jarman Impey's goal, for the Giants to stop the Hawks having a win there. And then we turn this over and we've got the Adelaide Crows, now Rising Star nominee for round 5, Max Michaelini for, like I said, the Crows. Well, here we go. Let's take a look at the numbers we have for this week. And we have 155 for Harry of 182. Not the easiest to read with that very bright orange GWS color at the back, but that's such an awesome mark. Love that card. And we have Max for you. Let's see, Max, what number? Oh, 006. Oh, okay, that's nice. We'll definitely take a 006 for sure. 245. Definitely beating Harry. So definitely a lot of Crows getting behind Max there. So those are our highlights and now Rising Star for round 5, a week early. Time now for hits of the week, and we have a couple of biggies. No offense, Luke, we'll enjoy your card first. We indeed, in last week's Cracks and Packs, just as I was saying, it's really hard to pick up a box hit from just 2 packs opened each week. Well, Luke McDonald just appeared, and we got his awesome AFL Classified, number 221 of 365. I am a huge fan of the acetate AFL Classifieds. Hello. Then, on the same episode, in the highlight and Rising Stars segment, we got the incredible Jamara Uguahagan round 3 card to commemorate that amazing game he had kicking the first and last goals, 5 in total, 100% disposal efficiency, and of course taking a important stand against racism. Absolutely iconic photo there, of course mirroring Nicky Winmar's famous image from I think like 25 something years ago. Absolutely incredible. But we turn it around. Oh, it was 30 years ago. Sorry, Nicky. And that was number 1 for that card. So out of 503. And I was just completely bamboozled and shocked. And yeah, there's not much better feeling than getting an 001. But I reckon it could be challenged, that feeling. When you not just get a box hit, not just when you get a case hit, but when you get a card that's so rare, you're talking like in double figures of cases. I think it's about 12 cases. These come in. We've got the Charlie Curnow Trophy Wildcard, the gold variant, which are 4,320 packs, 1 every 4,320 packs. So it was in the first pack of the Coles v 7-Eleven battle, and it just completely sent me mental. And I completely forgot about the whole point of the battle because just afterwards it was just, well, let's just open up some cards. I've completely forgotten what I'm doing other than opening up packs, because it's such a stunning card. We got this on the Wednesday, and then we got this on the Saturday. What a incredible few days on the channel. Well, let's see if we can keep that luck running with 2 packs of Footy Stars, 2 packs of TeamCoach, and 2 packs of NRL Titanium. We'll zoom on in for our Footy Stars. Move you up there. And of course, the Footy Stars show is on Thursdays, which is why we open up the Footy Stars packs first. Now, let's see what we are finding in our first pack of Footy Stars. It's looking like a colour spot. They are usually pretty easy to find. And we've got Darcy Fogarty, who Crows going down to the Pies by 1 point. Ooh, that was, look, the Pies have had some very, very narrow scrapes, but ooh, that was close. I think we were in front only for the last 20 seconds. But you know what? All you need to do is be in front when that final siren goes, and you've won the game. So I love our don't give up attitude. We've got another colour spot here. We've got Bella Lewis for the Eagles, well, the men's Eagles not faring particularly well against the Blues. Something that Bell will want to put behind. Let's now crack into our 2 packs of TeamCoach. I don't know if that means anything if you get a Scanlens on the top, but we do have a Rory Sloane, more Adelaide. You get a lot of Adelaide on the channel. Rory Sloane. And we've got an Isaac coming, GWS. And, it's an at-5, Star Powers. We definitely don't have you, Fifey. Love that. Love that. Yeah, I feel like TeamCoach's collation is fantastic. I seem to be getting a lot of repeats with Footy Stars, whereas TeamCoach, not so much at all. We've got Jamie Elliott, go Pies, Jeremy McGovern, and we've got Toby Green. Another Star Powers, 2 Star Powers for our inserts today for the Giants. There, Toby. And then we have, to finish things off, did I mention that the TeamCoach show is Saturday morning? Unless I've had a late Friday and then it goes up on a Saturday afternoon. But I am filming it pretty much as close to it going up as possible, and the NRL show is on Sundays. So let's see what we can find. And we've already got our insert here. We've got the Warriors Rising Star and Otukolo. I'm going to presume, not entirely sure, but Otukolo sounds about right. We've got Ronaldo Mulitalo for the Sharks. The Sharks having a big big win at Shark Park. And we've got our last pack. It's feeling a little heavier than the other. Don't know if that's just my head playing tricks with me or whether there is something extra in here. Oh, we've got Molly Tallo's base card there. Giant Arrow. I don't normally announce their names when I'm doing ScoreCentre, but I just can't help myself. We've got Jeremiah Nanai for the Cowboys. They did not get a win this week. That's another rising star. We've got the Broncos. Another team that didn't win. Broncos Checklist Pearl Special. They've got Sal and Cobbo. But the Raiders did have a 1 point win against it was the Dolphins, wasn't it? In Golden Point, another team getting a 1 point win. Well, that is Cracks and Packs for this week. That is another edition of ScoreCentre done and dusted. Thank you very much for watching, especially if you've made it this far. You are a legend. Yeah, I love that number 6 rising star. That is always fun to get a low-ish number. And yeah, we didn't get any box hits out of our Cracks and Packs, but you know, those are the ebbs and flows. But we did get some really, really nice inserts, and that is the main thing. I will see you coming up on Thursday. We have more footy stars. I think I might do a retail versus hobby. That could be fun. Saturday morning, we've got TeamCoach. Well, hopefully it goes up Saturday morning. Depends on what my Friday night is like. And Sunday, NRL Traders. And I'll be back next Tuesday for more ScoreCentre. That's the name of the show. But until then, have a fantastic week and an awesome weekend. And I'll see you next time. But until then, stay cool, take care. My name is Dave. And I can't wait to see you next time.